He always talk to me. He always in the back of the conversation like, you ain't ready to rap? Like, nah, I ain't ready, coach, I ain't ready. But P, me and P already had a street relationship before he even got the Migos or anything, you know what I'm saying? Like,
before Lil Baby dropped tracks like Freestyle, All of a Sudden, and My Dog.
That is my dog, sure. That is my dog.
Before forming his own label, 4 Pockets Full, and working with the likes of Lil Yachty, Young Thug, Gunna, Young Scooter, Lil Durk, and Gucci Mane.
Me and Walt sitting at the top, millionaires out of cell block. I ain't never got a cell block.
Before he quit lean, got out of jail, and committed himself to releasing 4 full mixtapes in just 1 year. Lil Baby grew up in the same neighborhood as Young Thug and the guys behind Quality Control Music. While his friends constantly encouraged him to get into the rap game, Baby had a different hustle. While he was born into poverty, Lil Baby found ways to collect some serious cash by robbing, selling drugs, and gambling. He fell into that life before even hitting puberty, but the consequences were severe. He got addicted to lean, lost a lot of people, and was in and out of prison before the age of 12. Then one day, something clicked, and Baby decided to turn his life around. What's going on, guys? It's your boy Michael McCrudden, documenting the life and career of Lil Baby prior to fame. Here for you, of course, Before They're Famous. Now in the past, I've covered some of his collaborators like Young Thug, Lil Yachty, Lil Durk, and Gucci Mane. But who is next? You gotta let me know in the comments down below, or you can find me on Instagram or Twitter. It's the best way to get my attention. Alright, now let's roll that intro. Be sure to subscribe and hit that bell. Boom!
Thug, like, workaholic, like, studio all day, every day, songs. So, like, I know, like, that's what it take to do what you gotta do.
Lil Baby was born Dominic Jones on December 3rd, 1994. He grew up in Southwest Atlanta, listening to Southern rappers like Young Jeezy, Yo Gotti, and T.I., artists he still listens to this day. He also came up in the same neighborhood and went to grade school and high school with his lifelong friend, Jeffrey Lamar Williams, aka Young Thug, aka Jeffrey, aka, well, this guy.
It's a language. There's nothing stupid or fruity going on.
Quality Control Music co-founder Pierre P. Thompson also came from the same neighborhood, and the other co-founder, Kevin Coach K. Lee, is a longtime friend with Lil Baby as well. Dominique was raised by a single mother alongside 2 sisters. His dad was never part of his life, and his mom would struggle to make ends meet. The toughest part Dominic remembers is one day coming home from school to see his family while they were getting evicted. Lil Baby gets that name because he was always hanging out with older dudes. At 10 years old, he was hanging out with guys in their late teens. So as the baby of the crew, he was known as Lil Baby. The older boys were probably not always the best influence. At just 12 or 13 years old, he started sipping lean, a habit that would eventually become an addiction and would cost him around $20,000 a month. He was also just 12 years old when he found himself behind bars for the first time.
I went in jail first time, 12.
Oh, you went to jail at 12?
Yeah.
His first time in juvenile detention, Dominique was locked up for about 10 days, as he recalls, for burglary. Or maybe it was attempted robbery. He had a couple friends who were caught trying to break into a house.
You know what I'm saying? But I remember that, Jay, because that was my first time. But after that, it's just been down here ever since.
After a stint in juvie, Lil Baby continued to hustle on the streets. While an excellent student academically, he would often get himself into trouble, and eventually he dropped out of high school. They even sent him to an alternative school for a time, but he decided it wasn't worth his time, and he gave up trying to get an education. Known for his gambling skills and swagger, Baby was often encouraged by his peers to pursue a career in hip-hop around this time.
One of my bros, Marlo, he like, man, you might as well rap, you got it, whoa.
But Lil Baby never saw rap as a possibility. He told XXL, "A lot of people don't know that I never thought I would be put in this situation. Some people are like, I'm gonna be big one day. I never had that." He echoed these sentiments in an interview with Hot New Hip Hop, stating, "Never thought I'd be here on the phone doing interviews. Never thought I'd be going the rap way. People know they was gonna be a rapper, and like that wasn't me at all. I'd be a hustler more than anything. I always know I'm gonna get me a bag of money though." Rather than pursuing hip-hop like some of his peers, Baby continued to sell drugs. At first it was easy money, but eventually he would run into some serious consequences. As Lil Baby told the New York Times, "I've been through all the bad parts of the streets. I've been to prison at 17 years old, level 5 prison, that's the worst you could go to. Shoutouts, I done watched my boys die. I've been through all that. I ain't never had nothing good in life." Lil Baby's most recent prison sentence began with a case he caught at 16 or 17 years old, but failing to turn his life around, he would continue to rack up charges relating to drugs and guns.
And I caught so many cases in a period of time from like 17, 18, before I turned 19. That's what did it.
Lil Baby was locked up in 2015 when he was just 18 or 19 years old. Originally, his lawyer got him into a special program where the sentence he would serve would only have lasted for 6 months to a year, but that special program was brutal. And while there, Lil Baby got into a fight with an older white racist. Following the fight, Baby was sent to a more standard penitentiary for 2 years, but from his perspective, he lucked out.
They had already tricked me because they told me the program was gonna be 6 months, and that shit was gonna end up being a year. And you have to pass the program. So it could have been, I could have been there forever. As long as I failed, they set you back, you know what I'm saying? So that was some straight bullshit.
Lil Baby has said that prison has helped to transform him. There he started to build his patience, and he decided he should finally follow the advice of his old buddies, P and Coach K. You see, all this time that Lil Baby was hustling on the streets and in and out of prison, well, some of his friends from the neighborhood were building incredible careers in the music industry. Around the time that Lil Baby was dropping out of school to pursue his drug dealing full-time, well, Young Thug was releasing his I Came From Nothing mixtapes. When Baby was going to hardcore prison in 2015, his old buddy Jeffrey, he released his first platinum single, Best Friend.
Nigga, proceed.
Meanwhile, Baby's friends Coach K and P, well, they were making serious waves in the music industry as well. They founded Quality Control Music in 2012 and partnered with Universal Music Distribution. When that was dismantled in 2015, Quality Control would go on to work with Motown and Caroline, both subsidiaries of Capitol Music Group. Through the years, Quality Control signed acts like Migos, OG Marco, and Lil Yachty. Now, for years, Lil Baby had been encouraged by Coach K to rap, so he decided to finally start doing it after he got out of prison. This is in February of 2017. As a total coincidence, that very same month, well, Lil Baby's soon-to-be collaborator, Moneybagg Yo, well, he released a music video for his song, Lil Baby.
You know I like spinning, little baby, so I gotta get it, little baby. Never had shit, all you know is get it when you coming from the trenches, little baby.
So what made Lil Baby finally decide to start recording? Well, I'll let him explain.
And one time me and Marlo had a long conversation, and he like, I'm telling you, just do it. And one day I just like, I'm going to the studio. And shit, been on ever since.
It was also around this time that Lil Baby finally decided to kick his expensive lean habit. By this point, he had already seen friends die from the drug and knew that it would hold him back with his ability to be productive in the studio. But what actually got him to finally quit?
Probation. What I got going on, that ain't hard at all. Anything that can get me back locked up, I don't want it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm cool on it.
Lil Baby set himself the goal of completing 4 mixtapes before 2017 was out. It was a bold goal, but one he stuck to. To accomplish that goal, he managed to make his recording sessions very efficient. He described the recording process of one mixtape as real quick. His raw talent has also allowed him to bypass some steps that would seem essential for many recording artists, like songwriting. He said, I actually just go in the booth and go from there. Like I just freestyle and go in. I stop and then just listen to it. I take some parts out and keep and delete some parts. I ain't wrote a rap though. Lil Baby first got used to the studio just hanging out during recording sessions with artists like Migos and Young Thug. When it came time to start recording himself, one of the first artists he collaborated with his old friend Jeffrey. The oldest song available on his SoundCloud and first feature with World Star Hip Hop was Rider.
Around all them niggas on my way to the top. I lost some homies, they got popped.
That song dropped on World Star on March 29th and has since racked up nearly 500,000 views with an additional 900,000 plays over on SoundCloud. Several of his new tracks would follow on his SoundCloud account, forming his first mixtape released on SoundCloud, Perfect Timing. Around this time, he would also team up with the likes of Lil Yachty and 100 Round.
I'm a mama's boy. That mean I could fuck your mama, boy. Don't gotta ride with that llama, boy.
But Lil Baby's biggest win to date would be his next World Star feature, My Dog.
That she keep on calling. She said she ready to pull up. As soon as I get there, talking, I'ma put her on the floor now.
This song would receive over 26 million plays on SoundCloud. The music video received over 33 million views on YouTube. It would also be his first track to chart, hitting number 71 on the Billboard Hot 100 and number 29 on the US R&B and hip hop chart. It would also be included in his next mixtape, Harder Than Hard. The mixtape would also feature songs like My Drip and Narcs, both of which spawned music videos featured by World Star.
The Narcs just ran in the spot. Nobody was there, we got out. I know they mad as fuck.
Already crushing it on World Star, Lil Baby would soon create a YouTube channel of his own on November 5th, 2017. His first release there was the music video for his song Freestyle, which has gone on to rack up nearly 56 million views at the time of this recording.
Gon' fall out by hoes. Me and Sid get them lows. We let them go for the low. I got my hood in control. I got my leverage on froze.
He would go on to collaborate with Marlo and Collision on Chance and release the video on his channel. Then came Stendo featuring 4PFDT. I think that's how you say his name. At the same time as World Star features would continue to roll in, he and Rallo released Lil Cali in Pakistan and Moneybag Yo, well they would feature on his song All of a Sudden.
We can fuck but you can't call the number back. If you knew better baby you do better. I got plenty hoes coming, you having it.
By the end of 2017, Lil Baby had succeeded in reaching his goal of releasing 4 mixtapes. Aside from the 2 I already mentioned, there was also his collaborative mixtape with Marlo, 2 The Hard Way and 2 Hard. Rolling into 2018, Lil Baby's grind would continue. He would feature on Quando Rondo's track I Remember, Gonna OK with Young Thug, and most recently Lil Durk's track How I Know. He would also work with Gucci Mane on the song The Load.
2 Asian blokes with hella dress, called them Red Man and Method. Where the load getting closer.
As for the rest of the story, we will have to wait and see, because this is before they're famous. My name is Michael McCredden, and you guys requested this video, and that's how this channel works. You let me know who you want me to document next, and we will get it done. So sound off in the comments down below. We're looking for more rappers, more hip-hop stars, and we have an entire playlist dedicated to these artists. So check that out. See you guys in the next video. Boom! Lil Baby.